Well, crying rhino Adam Kinzinger did a podcast with Obama's best buddy, David Axelrod, and old Adam was just about in tears again when he said Republicans will try to impeach Biden every week if and when Republicans win the House in the midterms. Kinzinger named Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene specifically as the one they fear the most that will push for weekly votes to impeach Biden. And I'm pretty sure he's right about that. Maybe he should be very afraid. Let's ask her right now. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene joins us. Great to see you, Congressman. So is crying Adam Kinzinger right? Are you going to push to impeach Joe Biden weekly? Please say yes.
Absolutely. Of course I am. I'm going to push as hard as I can until we do impeach Joe Biden, because he absolutely deserves it. You know, unlike President Trump, who was impeached for a perfectly good phone call with the president of Ukraine and then impeached again after January 6th with no proof, no trial, or no anything, that was just absurd. Joe Biden does deserve to be impeached for many good reasons.
Yeah, no doubt about that. How many reasons can you name right off the top of your head that are clear impeachable offenses? This is a really easy game. You and I could probably go the rest of the show on this, but I'll let you go. Here.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you the most recent reason. I just introduced articles of impeachment on Joe Biden because he is selling our strategic petroleum reserves, and that is outrageous. Our strategic petroleum reserves are the American people's oil. It's our emergency reserves, and it's really reserved for the military in times of severe, all types of problems. It's not meant to be sold just to reduce the price of gas prices going into November. That is absurd. But he's getting our strategic petroleum reserves down to a critical level. Right now, it's at around 434 million barrels of oil. Just to give you a good idea to understand what that means, it's almost half the size it was when President Trump left office. And Joe Biden sees no end in sight. He's planning to release more of the strategic petroleum reserves starting again in October. And one of the number one buyers of our American oil, our emergency supply, is China. And that should never be happening. So the supply is down almost below 1984 levels. And this is absurd. This is at a time where we need to have that oil. It belongs to the American people. They paid for it. And the president of the United States is putting all Americans into a national emergency crisis when we do not have our strategic petroleum reserves. So that's one. Then we could talk about the border. The border is wide open. It's extremely dangerous. Not only is it dangerous for Americans, but migrants are dying almost daily. Fentanyl coming across the border, which comes from China, and the cartels are selling into our country, is the number one cause of death for young people ages 18 to 45. This is another reason Joe Biden should be impeached, because he does nothing to secure the southern border and stop the invasion into states all over the country, but specifically the border state. Another reason he should be impeached is because of his failure in Afghanistan. He armed the Taliban. What a slap in the face to all of our military members that served over there in the Middle East in these wars. Military members and their families who lost their loved ones, military members who came home wounded, who still suffer from PTSD today. But arming the Taliban with $85 billion of American military equipment and weapons is unforgivable. And he abandoned $1 trillion worth of rare earth mineral mines while he's driving our economy and our vehicle industry onto electric vehicles. So those are just three reasons, and they're very big ones, and we must get it done.